What's up YouTube, Montgomery Collections here again with another bayonet video. Today I thought we'd talk about the French model 1866 Chassepot Yataghan bayonet, or Yataghan style bayonet. This is, in my opinion, arguably one of the most popular bayonets ever created. It is essentially an improved version of France's Model 1842 bayonet, except this is lighter. It's definitely got a lighter blade. It's got a improved lighter hilt, and it does mark a pretty historical change in bayonet style, especially for the French. They add the quillon, and they go back to this kind of leaf spring catch system right here. Okay. So these are going to be made, copied. Many countries are going to make their own version or export them, import them all around the world. Such countries, Germany, the US has one for the rolling block, Egypt has one for rolling block. The Brits, the Belgians, the Dutch, almost like a ton of the South American countries. Usually the South American countries get a lot of these bayonets that I'm showing you that are exported. And this particular blade here is not actually a French blade, as far as I know. The original French 1866 blades, just like the 74 Gras and some of the model 1892s, should have the French script on the spine here. That's usually what you're going to see. This one, however, is clearly a German export version. As you can see there, we have the scales with the A and C on them, which is the Alex Koppel company, which is in Germany. Mystery marking here, though, is this IR, or it could be LR. I think it is IR underneath the crown there. Myself, I think it may be a Belgian mark. I think that myth has been dispelled online, though, on the forums.gunboards.com. Seen a few people talking about that. Anyways, this style blade is called a Yataghan. As you can see, it curves. It's a little strange. Yataghan is, I think, Turkish for one who lies down. I'm not sure if it's Turkish or not. Just correct me if I'm wrong. There's many reasons to why the blade is styled that way. Really, at this time, you're getting into the breech-loading rifles, but it was said that I suppose you could have this bayonet attached and you could still use your cleaning rod or maybe a ramrod or whatever, which wouldn't make sense for a breech loader, I guess, but or it's also because it's got, it's kind of like a sword, so it's got that slashing power. Others even say it's just for style's sake, which I think that might be true. So back to the inscriptions. When you see an inscription on 1866, there's going to be two different styles of inscriptions. It's going to be in French. It's going to say the month it was made and the year it was made. Now, Second Empire blades, which would be under Napoleon III, okay? Those are going to be marked MRE dot Impale day, blah, 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 the month and the date. So, I'm not sure if I'm really pronouncing that right, but just follow me here. The Third Republic ones, which is after the fall of Napoleon III, after the Franco-Prussian War, that's going to be marked MRE d'Armes day, blah, 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 month of the year. I guess the MRE is short for manufactured at or manufactory. But after the Franco-Prussian War, the Germans are going to capture a ton of these or a ton of them are going to be surrendered by the French. And they're going to be modified for the Gewehr 71. And most of them are going to have German reissue marks. That's standard style at the time across the crossguard there. So if you can find those are always fun because you know for a fact that those were most likely surrendered during the Prussian War. You can see from the date on the back if it was made, probably 71, 70, and before. If it was made before 1870, it might have been in the Franco-Prussian War. There's also an interesting fact. There's also like a 3/4 version of this for children. There's some toy bayonets out there, and then there's some that are like that are made for cadets for training kids for war. It's horrible, but that's kind of what it was back then. I'm sure those are a little bit more rare now. These bayonets were used from 1866 all the way up into some communication troops during World War I even used them. And they were even used during World War II by the French National Guard. So these bayonets have a lot of history behind them. If you can find one, definitely get one with the scabbard and everything. You should be able to get it for a fairly decent price these days. I don't know, $150, $200 or something. A little bit steep. This one, I'm pretty comfortable with saying I picked this up for $20 from somebody. You can find these, if you really look hard, you can find them for a great price. Usually I like to try and pick up my bayonets with scabbards, but sometimes you can't get them all. Montgomery Collections here. Thanks for watching.